Okay, here we're looking at the difference between the chart that you created for written assignment 2.5 and the chart that needs to be created for written assignment 3.2. For 2.5, you outline the components of the organization and the key jobs provided. And the chart there was a chart of how management flowed, kind of a top-down approach. For instance, in this sample, the head was the BCBA. From there, it went down to the BCABA and the education specialist. From there, their directions went to the skills trainers, both center base and home base. So that's a top-down approach as to how direction flows there. In written assignment 3.2, we want to know how work flows through the system. If you work in a screw manufacturing factory, then how work flows would be following how the raw material of steel entering the factory flows through and then becomes the finished product of screws. Well, most of us don't work in factories where we produce manufactured goods. We work in a system when we work with children. Okay, so here is an example of the process in it's actually a school system. It's for the Walla Walla Autism Spectrum program, and it's got two different processes. There's a multidisciplinary team process, and then there's the WASP process, which is more the IEP process, and this is how students flow through the system. Okay, it starts up here. A student is reviewed, they're assessed for their strengths and weaknesses, and it's decided, is intensive programming required? If the answer is no, they don't enter the program, or possibly they graduate because they're going to cycle back through here. If the answer is yes, a program is developed, implemented, assessed for effectiveness. Is that effective? If the answer is yes, then we go back up here and decide maybe they get to graduate. If the answer is no, we go back here and we develop a different program. So this is how students flow through the program, from intake to graduation. And some students flow through this program again and again and again and again. I've had students flow through this program and out. So for this assignment 3.2, you're not looking how directions flow through the system. You're looking at how clients or students flow through the system. And it's a little more difficult to look at than it is to look at how frozen carrots flow through the system. But if you just think about how the person enters the program, what kind of decisions are made along the way, and how they exit the program.